All right, so the biggest thing that has changed is that we took off the shade cover for the greenhouse since it's not going to be raining anymore. And as you can see, well, I don't know if you can see, but there's like holes everywhere. And every time it rained, which has been a lot happening um, here in California, and it would kind of drench everything. So we had to cover that up. But now that's no rain in the forecast anytime soon, I decided to take it off and let all these guys get the sun they need and, quite frankly, deserve. And so, yeah, that's the biggest change. And lots of smaller changes here with all the tiny succulents we have. These guys have grown a lot. As you can see, well, yeah, there's tiny little growth coming on in there. And that one's got some good growth. These had a lengthy battle with mealies, and I'm so glad to see that they're growing nice and strong. So that's really cool. These variegated string of pearls I placed in here have rooted, and so yeah, that's really cool. I'm glad that these are propagating really nicely. Oh, a tip for these: if you want to propagate these really good to get a full pot, do not let them hang. Instead, just center them like that, and try not to let them hang, but circle them like that so they can just spread out throughout the pot like this one's doing. So that's a little tip. Things just looking really good. No big casualties have happened, which is really good to say. Look at that. Topsy-turvy is really looking good. Oh yeah, here's another one. That one's gone. That one's a stress color. So yeah, that is stress. That purple is from getting a lot of sun. So that used to be like all white, that purple, but now it's, yeah, purple, which I love. So yeah, that's cool. This guy ain't doing too good. I don't know. I guess it just doesn't, I don't know. But we'll see what happens. Lots of additions to the fam. I've made videos about these guys, all these Korean succulents that are now in my collection, which is super awesome. Oh, also, I beheaded all three of these Echeveria rainbows. There's one cut there, here, and here. Some of the leaves fell off during the cutting process. Some of them might or might not make babies, which I'm hoping they will. Like that one might, it says a clean cut right there. So I'm just going to leave it there. So we'll see. And they are right here. Look at those. Look how beautiful. The other one is somewhere. Oh, there it is. Right there. Beautiful. I also chopped up these dolphins, and we've got some new growth going on from them, which is awesome. Some of them are popping off, some aren't, but that's normal. Oh, this that I beheaded a while back has a bunch of babies between each leaf, actually. So I don't know if you can see. God, come on. I don't know, but between each layer of leaf, there's like a baby, so that's pretty cool. And this is the head right here. There's a cool Bainsy eye that's getting really nice coloring. That good purple, pink. And this is the big pot of variegated pearls that I cut from. There's that Black Prince, variegated, looking real good. Also, everything is blooming for some reason, like this guy. Who else is blooming? The champagne is blooming. This Texensis, the bluebird. This Orion slash Fiona is blooming. All these Zaragoza Mexensis are blooming. Literally everything is blooming. I don't know why. Well, I guess I know why. They're kind of feeling the heat, so, which is good. God, I love this one. Variegated Bainsii. Cassie's Winter. I forgot that name. Oh, look at that. Oh, so happy about this. This is the variegated Echeveria Polydontis that I found at a nursery for only $3. I had to take some leaves off because they were kind of rotted and gross, but only $3. And these usually cost around $70. Talk about a steal, am I right? Even the blooms are kind of variegated. I don't know if you can see that green and yellow. That's really cool. I'm propagating some of these leaves to hopefully get more. Colors are popping off. Check out that. Oh, none of these have died, which is great. These are Echeveria Compton carousels / Lenore Deans. I recently gave these water, so hopefully they do not die. Pro tip, these are the succulent divas of the world. I would highly recommend that if you plan on getting them, get as much information as possible about them before buying them. Here's some information. They die super easily. They are prone to death. Literally anything will kill them, sadly, since they're so beautiful, which is tragic. And too much water, you do not want to get them water, like hardly ever. Like, I read that someone only watered them 4 times a year and they've been doing great in their care. So I've only recently watered because this guy is the most recent I bought and he's finally pushing off new roots. So I wanted to give some extra, care to that so they can push off more roots and get deeper in the soil. These are kind of just flimsy leaves, so I wanted to water them to, plump them up a little more. Since they're all tight, as you can see, they're tight rosettes, so they haven't been getting a lot of water. They've been staying compact. That one's got a little baby. Oh, by the way, these are not the cheapest. They're you can find them for like $50 to $70 each, and since they are prone to death, you might want to be careful in purchasing one of these if you really think you're up for it, and if you can take the loss if it does happen, because I've lost 2 before and it sucked, but you know what, I wanted more because I wanted to keep trying to grow them, and they're doing great. These 2 are established. Hopefully this one will be becoming established soon, so that's really cool. A great investment, but also a heartbreaker. And these lithops are doing great. They're growing perfectly. They're splitting, which is fantastic. All of them seem to be splitting. If not, they are currently trying to. Look at these silhouettes are doing fantastic. That beautiful pink is just popping. Oh, I took off the other head of this Echeveria Monroe to plant in the front yard. Where it gets full elements, it's in the ground, it'll get the rain, it'll get the sun, it'll get everything. I want to see how it does. This blue atoll is looking good, blooming, thick and sturdy, which is fantastic. This beautiful Echeveria White Knight is just looking perfect. I just love this one. So massive. Look, it's my shadow. Oh, these are doing good. This one is sadly terminally blooming. As you can see, it's shooting off a flower from the center rosette, which means this thing will probably just bloom. It will bloom and then die. Some echeverias do this. They are not known for doing this, but sometimes you just get those cases where it does happen and it sucks. But luckily I have more of these, so it's not a huge loss. But, still. But it's still interesting, to see what that will look like. Lots of beautiful things going on. Also, I'm sad that these have lost their pink color since I watered them. As you can see, they plumped up and grew, but, they lost all that stressed coloration. That's what happens when you water a stressed plant. They will lose that color and plump up and turn green again, or whichever original color they were. That's what it was like for most of these elegans that I have. So I'm going to try to stress those again. I'm not going to water anything anytime soon. Same for this one. This one still kind of has that purplish. Let me focus. Focus, please. Okay, cool. As you can see, that faded purple underneath. It used to be vibrant, but since it's watered, it's kind of like thick now and sturdy. And it has that green back, but it's good to give them water once in a while, not completely starve them. So I'll try to stress that back. Look at these purple delights. They have grown so much. These were leaf babies. At one point, these were just a tiny little leaf babies, and now look at them. They're huge. Let's see. I did some beheading, like that dusty rose. And down here we have some other more propagation things going on. We've got a beheading growing off some pups right there. Beheading, personally, to me, is like the best way to propagate because leaves just kind of take too long. I mean, sure, you can get as many leaves as you want if you have a big plant, but beheading is much faster. And when beheading, you want to leave leaves like this behind so that they can catch the sun and produce more, like make more energy into making more pups. See, without, you still get pups like this if you don't have any leaves, but it just helps to leave a couple behind. And here are the leaf propagations I have going on. This good half is toward the Korean succulents that I'm trying to propagate. And hopefully, and some of them are doing that, like these variegated titchy bands, or whatever they're called, I don't know. They're growing, as you can see, those little buds right there. And this half is generally like, your kind of normal plants. But yeah, these variegated black princes are producing some babies, which is awesome. Cannot wait for more of those. And yeah, we got just a different variety. Yeah, there's those. We got some going on over here. Some purple delights. Like those. And some other things. So yeah, there's that. And this is the variegated titchy bands that I beheaded. It's got a little pup. Echeveria prism, looking fantastic. It's got, I think this is a baby. I'm not too sure. Right there. Let me turn it. Right there. I don't know if that's a baby. I hope it is. I love these. Like, come on, look at that color. This species, I wish I knew there was a name for this, but I don't know. I'll definitely be propagating that guy because I definitely want more of that purple. Oh my god. This Ladega is looking fine. That bright pink orange. Oh god. Fantastic. The Madonna is growing pretty big, which is always great. The Lowie's looking good, thick and sturdy. The Hannah hasn't grown much, but it's been kind of cold, so I'll let it pass. The Subsessilis variegata is looking good. Everything's looking good. I really want to sell most of these because I kind of want to make more room for Korean succulents. I'm sorry, I just want to get rid of duplicates, really. So, yeah, we'll see about that. I like this guy. Look at that spiral. Echeveria lipstick, doing good. Look at this guy. Alrighty, now we are a quick scene change as we are now in the front yard. And as you can see, there is more change here than there was last time. Look at all those leaf babies down there. All that bright purple. Ugh, I definitely need to pick some weeds. But you know what? Whatever. Ow. Ugh, whatever. I love these colors. Look at all those. This group of aeoniums definitely got huge. I cut this one back. Got some more babies. Each of them has some babies growing. The light is so bright today. Everything is just bright. Got this guy back here. These guys do not like the cold. As you can see, look at that. All kind of shriveled up and gross. This is usually what happens to these dudes every winter so far. They've always just crisped up like that. But then, if you can see right there, they always grow back. So yeah, that's cool. The barrel cacti are loving it. This beauty's still going. She has a little baby down there. Ugh, the sun. These guys got big and more colored. Like, dang, look at that. That bluebird is pink as heck. As you can tell, this guy gets a lot more shade since it's hidden by these guys. Look at the difference between this one and then this one. Or this one. These guys got some freckles going on and a lot more red on their edges. This one's just mainly got some pink tips, and that's pretty much it. That's pretty cool. Let's see what amount of sun does for these. So yeah, these guys are doing really well. These things are going huge still going. This beauty, I believe, is new to the front, kind of ish. It's got some nice freckles going on, which is awesome. This guy's red as heck. This Gorgon's Grotto. Then we look over here. We've got some rare Korean succulents in the ground that I decided to put in, like this Echeveria pink champagne, I believe. And look at that. It's loving it. Not dead, which is awesome. And look at that Violet Queen. Wow. Amazing. And a lot of these are puffing like mad, like this one. Look at it. Can you see those babies in there? It goes all the way around, as you can see, hopefully. There we go. Look at that. Amazing. Look at that guy, loving the sun. Here's some more rarer Korean succulents right here. 1, 2, 3. Got a prism. We've got a Maxensis Zaragoza going on, and a Echeveria infant. And these Aeonium sunbursts are just loving it in the ground. They're thriving like crazy, much better than they were doing in pots. Some newer additions would be this Echeveria rainbow, which is a Korean succulent. Up in the front, doing great. I need to weed desperately. A group of Opalinas. And a Lowy in the ground. An Orange Monroe in the ground. An Ebony. This guy's so beautiful as ever. Everything is just doing great. Lowy's just doing great. Check out that Opalina's colors. Hold on a sec. There we go. Everything's just doing great. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this update video. Hope you're all having a good day. Goodbye.